Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. So much hypocrisy. You can just look at this world, and when you hear something coming from the United States or the Western countries, for that matter, not that the other ones are crystal clear and all fair, or United Nations, as I said, or NATO, always put it in the context and compare it with what they say whenever they point a finger to another country. See if they did it before, and most likely you will find out they did it even worse than they accuse someone else of doing. In this case, we have hypocrisy just in our face, and it's in the short memory storage. We find out that Ukrainian specialists will be admitted to investigation of fallen missile in Poland. You know where I'm going with this, right? This article comes from Ukrainska Pravda from November 17th, 2022. So, Ukrainian specialists will be admitted to investigation of the fallen missile in Poland. As you know, a missile of the Ukrainian army. As of now, that's the most probable scenario. Okay, initially they said it was a Russian missile that fell on Polish territory. And then they found out no, actually it's a Ukrainian missile of Russian origin, which would be a Romanian would use a Smith and Wesson, let's say revolver, and then or pistol, whatever you want to use. And then you go and use it and then say, well, you know what, it was, and commit a crime, and you say, well, the Americans commit a crime because the gun was American manufacturer. Okay, the same thing here. So yes, as of now, most likely an Ukrainian missile fell over there. Now, they investigate, the Poles investigate, and they do, I thought they will do it the right way. I gave them about 60% chance to do it right, but they didn't. They said we're gonna invite outside investigators, experts to evaluate and investigate and assess if that rocket missile was launched by the Russians or by the Ukrainians trying to hit a Russian missile or something. After an hour, it took the Ukrainians an hour after the Poles said, well, a missile fell on our territory, to say, hey, it's the Russians. And then Biden said, no, it was not the Russians, it was the Ukrainians, most likely. And then they say, we demand that we are part of the investigation, which I think they should. That's the right way to be done. Invite the Chinese, invite the Russians, invite the parties that might be involved in this, and the outsiders that will have no seeming interest to find, to be subjective. But the problem is, this is the right way to do it. But the problem is the Russians are not acceptable over there, and it seems like only Americans, from what the Poles said, well, we're going to invite foreign investigators. Well, when he said foreign, then when they said foreign, that would mean only Americans or something, and Ukrainians, they will make sure that they got the evidence right. I would invite the Russians, I would invite the Chinese, I would invite many other countries to figure out what's happening. But that's not what they will do. They will do it over there, just them. And they allowed the Ukrainians, which, as I said, that's the way it should be done. But I, as a Polish government, I will invite much more. So I have, okay, let's find out what happened. But it seems like they don't want to find out what happened. They want to find out what happened and tell us what happened. You know what I mean? Keep it over there. Now, that's fine. But I contrast this with the Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2. How other parties were treated during that investigation. So, let's go back in time about a month and a half when Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2 pipelines were blown up in the Baltic Sea, and it's unknown. Now, the pipeline is operated by Russians, Germans, nothing to do with Swedes, nothing to do with the Danes, okay? Denmark and Sweden is just that the pipeline where it was blown up was in their economics zone. That's all. That's all they have. But the pipe is not Denmark's, is not Sweden's. All right, is Russia and is Germany and Russia. These are the ones. Like here, you have the rocket, the missile is, we have a problem because it's the war between these guys. First they said it was the Russians, and then they said it's the Ukrainians. So obviously you should invite both of them to figure out, plus others. Now, do you think they did the same thing in the Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2 pipeline? No, why not? Because now they have Russia, they don't have Ukraine. So they don't have to be honest and fair. They didn't apply the same rule in both, however you want to take it. Because if the investigation in pipelines was done right, say, okay, it's in our economic zone, only we investigate. Sweden and Denmark and Germany, I think they do something on their little thing over there. The Russians were denied access. Now, if that's the way you do it, right, then you apply the same rule, you move it to this incident in Poland, and then you don't invite Poland. You don't invite Ukraine. And you don't invite United States. You just do it as Poles, just us. That's it, just us, justice. No, but no, they don't do it. So they apply two different norms on the same kind of incident, you know. So this shows you what's going on here, how when they say something, you know, they don't follow through with it. It's just a, you know, circumstantial, how do you call it, situational justice. So let's see what this article says here. Ukrainian specialists will take part in the investigation into the circumstances of the fallout of the missiles in Poland. That's the way it should be. But make sure you invite the Russians as well, because after you're going to blame the Russians, they will come and say, where's the evidence? And they will provide the whole evidence after they kept you out on how they gathered information, if you know what I mean. You don't believe anybody. Verify. This was announced by Volodymyr Zelensky, speaking at the Bloomberg New Economy Forum conference on Thursday, reports the news agency Interfax Ukraine. So Zelensky is still given a big hat and importance until they're gonna take the carpet off under his feet and he's gonna be in the air with nothing to sit on or stand on. And I'm quoting, "Yesterday we received the confirmation that our specialists will participate in the investigation. Good. Until the investigation is complete, we cannot say for sure which missile or their parts fell on the territory of Poland." He said that there's no way that it was Ukrainian. And now he says that until the investigation is complete, we cannot say for sure. You already did. You already did an hour after that missile fell over there. You said it was the Russians. It was the Russians attacked Poland. Us, there's no way. No, it's impossible. That's what he said. And now he's a little bit calmed down. But he's allowed to go and investigate. He's experts. I would say invite the Russians as well and find out. If I'm so certain it's not my missile. But obviously they have something to... Alright, but we have seen pictures of the crater's diameter. It could not be only the fragments of anti-missile systems. I know that, but until they make the story right for us, you know, they have to just between among us right here, and then we'll let the idiots know, the bottom feeders, what happened. Everyone should, and I'm quoting, anyone should understand that almost 100 missiles were launched. He creates the that day. I am grateful to the world for supporting Ukraine with air defense systems. This is not the first time fragments of Russian missiles have fallen in the territory of another country, the president added. I ignore what you said. So he stressed that he doesn't know for sure what happened this time 100%. You were sure yesterday until the Americans came and said, no, it was Ukraine. Most likely it was Ukraine. It was not Russians who did that. Most likely Ukrainians. Now he's talking about 100% he wants. But before he was 100% certain. And I'm quoting, the world also does know 100%. No, they don't. But they didn't come and say shit as you did 100%. You came out and said, it was definitely not us. No way it was our military. That was 100%, boy. And now you want everybody else to come. You came and said that without any evidence 100%. That's why you're an idiot, you're a clown. Instead of leaving a little door and say, well, most likely it was not us. And then if it proven it was you, I said, most likely, but I was wrong. You leave over there so you don't look entirely like an asshole that you are. You know what I mean? That's what you do. And you don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. This world also does not know the world. I'm sure that it was a Russian missile. That's 100%. But then why do we investigate? If you're sure it was a Russian missile, how do you say over there that that he does not know for sure what happened this time 100%? Well, if you know that it was the Russians, I mean, you know 100%. He's a clown. Clown, what do you want? So the world also does not know. I am sure that it was a Russian missile. I'm quoting the idiot. We are grateful that we are not accused but you accused someone else without evidence. We were not accused because we are fighting Russian missiles on our territory. This is like shifting the blame. It's because of them we killed the kid over there in the shootout, okay? He attacked me and I killed the kid, but it was because he attacked me, not because I got it wrong. Unbelievable. Alright, so it says here that International Policy Bureau in the Chancellery of President Poland announced that a Polish-American investigative team is working at the scene of the missile crash, and the Ukrainians have also requested that access be granted to the investigation. But why? Why only Americans? Why Americans? Why not the Germans? Why not the French? Why the Americans? Is NATO? Okay, if it's NATO, then invite Romania too. Why United States? Because you know they are the master. You find out from their actions who's who, what's what, with no issues. Why United States? Why do you invite United States? Why let United States stay outside? Just do it as a Polish, independent, sovereign country. Or you want international? Bring everybody else. No, only United States and Ukraine. Ukraine just because, you know. It's a guy here, Kumosh, stressed that no one accuses Ukraine of deliberately bombing Polish territory. So take it easy, shut the fuck up, we're gonna fudge things and you'll see. Andrzej Duda, the president of Poland, said on 6th of November 16 that the explosion in eastern Poland was an accident and Warsaw does not consider the incident, which is with the missile an attack on the country, since the fallen missile, according to Duda, was probably fired by Ukrainian air defense. Probably. See, this guy has a little bit more brain than a clown. Yeah, probably, possibly, no problem. Let's investigate. And if it was an accident, let's say it was a Ukrainian accident. Okay, but if it was a Russian accident, will you use the same okay? Or you're going to use, oh, things change now? Or what if, let's say, the Ukrainians did it purposely? What then? I guarantee you nothing. But what if the Russians did it purposely? Oh, again, Russia. So you see, double standard. That's not justice. That is, situational, subjective justice that we all use sometimes. But here are has serious consequences. I don't know. I can talk about this because this is another example where you can see how unjust, hypocritical, double standard the free world is. I hate it because I was duped into it when I was younger. Oh, you were in Romania and you would, oh, the West, yeah man, things over there are like, oh my God. And the propaganda that comes from the West, we're the best, yeah, you're the best. Yeah, I see how the best you are. This is what bothers me. Yeah, you're better than that and that and that, but those are criminals. So that's not a high standard for you. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm a outstanding citizen. I didn't kill 50,000 people. Yeah, man. I killed only 50. That's kind of what these guys are telling me. It's better 50 than 50,000, but you're still a criminal. A little bit not that criminal, but you are. So that's kind of like with the West. That's I'm a little bit, let's say, upset about it. And I can see things that could be improved. That's the reason why I'm yapping around. It's not because, oh, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. You are bad and I'm perfect. No. That's bad, that's bad. But how can we make it better? First, don't lie, right? And, be true to your words. If you say something, be honest about it or don't say it. The same here. I point the finger to you, but I'm a bigger criminal than you are. What the hell is that? Well, we need to change that, don't you think? We're not going to change it, because we are human and that's what we are. But we can at least try and make it a little bit better. We can't make it perfect, to be perfect, but we can make it better. Let's do it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.